Most of us are living someone else's life and we don't even know it. I was sitting there looking at a list of many careers, such as flight attendant, chiropractor, doctor, teacher, dental hygienist, dentist, and I kept thinking, which one will make them all proud? Maybe you have never looked at a career list, but I think you know the feeling. Doing something and somewhere in the back of your mind asking, will this be enough? Will I be enough? And it feels so scary to follow what you actually burn for, desire for, to trust your own voice when the world and around us, when there is so many louder. So we chase things, and some of the things we are chasing can be invisible, but most of us, we recognize those things, but we don't say that aloud. For example, we can chase other people's love, we chase people's attention, and many of us, we don't even recognize that. We also chase, for example, we chase love. We want other people to love us. It's very human. So, one of the things we are doing is shrinking yourself so others feel comfortable. We won't say that thing because maybe we feel she or he will feel some type of way. So we don't say that. And that holds us sometimes back. Or we are over explaining things or over apologizing, over explaining things. This one I feel very much. For example, when I over explain things, I would, instead of just saying, I'm going to the store, I will say, to maybe one of my family members, I will say, I'm going to the store because I need to buy the milk. The milk is a little bit, the milk we had is very old. I didn't like it, and I don't think it's healthy to have that milk. And I'm also going to buy some butter and some bread. And you know what? I have the list. Where is that list? I think I put it in the, and then I start explaining myself. For what reason? That person doesn't care about the list or the milk or the bread or the butter. You know what they care about? Food in the fridge. So, and this was just one example, but I think we do that in many cases. We over explain things or over apologize so others won't feel, we want to feel understood or we don't want to hurt someone. And the key is others. One other things a lot of us are doing is also replaying conversation in our mind like a video, you know. After we have the conversation, for example, we will say, oh, did I say too much? Did I even say too little? Was I too much? I should have said that. Why did I say that? And all of those things we are chasing or we are wanting, maybe validation, confirmation. We want to be understood. Performing emotions instead of feeling them. For example, I feel sad. Imagine I'm feeling sad now. And physically I'm feeling sad. I'm even crying because I was watching this video, maybe on Instagram or something, and I'm feeling really sad. And my whole body is feeling sad physically. But you know what I'm doing instead of feeling that emotion? I try to understand it. I say to myself, for example, I'm feeling sad because I was watching this horrible video and it was so sad. How can they do things like that with those horrific images and stuff like that? And I intellectually and mentally understand why I'm feeling sad, but I'm not feeling it. I'm just performing or understanding it. And then we do this, and another time, maybe we're feeling frustrated or even overwhelmed. And then all of these things, when you're not feeling it, just understanding it, it will boil up. And then one day we will explode and we will say to ourselves, where did this all come from? What is happening? But one thing led to another one. And the thing is, it's all connected together. Everything is like a cake. The ingredients are the validation, love, confirmation, over explaining, shrinking yourself out to feel comfortable, peace. All of that are ingredients. And how we make that ingredient into a cake or something else is up to us. One other thing we are also chasing is the needing to be needed. And that's so human. We want to be needed. When somebody calls you and say, "Hey, I need you. You're so good with this," or your son or daughter say to you, "Mom, I need you." It's something deep inside of us, like it's our human nature, especially as mothers or daughter or in our feminine nature, we just want to be needed. And this is not a weakness. This is what happens when we have been taught, for example, by culture, family, previous wounds, even trauma, that our worth is something we have to earn over and over again. So instead of feeling emotions or doing things because we want to do things, we are doing the opposite. And you know what it is? It's so tired. It's so tiresome. It's no wonder you're so exhausted because we are doing things over and over again, asking or praying for validation. And sometimes we don't even know we're doing it because deep down, we all want to be loved by who we are, not by what we are doing or our actions, or our love are not tied to what we are doing. And when we look at it and we think about why are we doing all these things? Yes, okay, I'm chasing validation or love, but why? We need to look at the why. Because when we know the why, it's so much easier to actually do something about it. So deep down, we want to be loved for who we are, but we feel most likely that we have to prove to others we are worth it. Maybe we're cleaning that extra uh, kitchen counter better because we have to prove we are worth it. It sounds crazy, but most likely we're doing a lot of things to prove to others we are worth it. Or we feel responsible for other people feeling. Some people absorb other people's energy. And to distinguish between what is yours and what is others is a huge key to actually know the root cause. And sometimes we are chasing, running towards to all of those things because we fear, we fear to be abandoned, fear of not being enough, not valued, or feeling lovable just the way you are. Or this one, we fear losing other people. Because if we are not proving ourselves or doing things for others, then maybe we will lose other people. Maybe we will be abandoned. And the result are we are becoming what other people need and less what we need. And all of this root cause and all of this that is happening to us, we have learned early in our life, maybe in our childhood, that love has to be earned. Maybe your mom or someone in the family said you have to clean the right way. And honestly, what is the right way? But you were told you have to clean in this matter, and if you do that, you will get praise. Your mom, for example, she will say, "Wow, Layla, you did it. That was a really good cleaning you did." And then we are learning if I clean in that way, then I will get validation. I will feel praise. I am a good girl. I did that. And we will feel we're being loved. And this being a good girl, that grows into ourselves. That becomes your inner critic. And that inner critic, that good girl, is so hard to change because it's programmed in us from we were really young. So when you're tired, I know this one, when you're very tired and all you want to do is rest, the good girl, she comes. She knocks on the door. No, she doesn't knock on the door. She just bursts in and she will say to you, "You should clean. You should have done more in the house. Why is it so messy here? You need to clean more, or you have to do this more XYZ." And that good girl, she's very strong. So if I were a better mother, a better daughter, a better wife, then I should do XYZ. I know this voice. If I were a better mother, the house will, for example, be much more cleaner. I will have more energy, actually, much more energy. I will have done things differently. And you know what? That voice, it doesn't come from the outside anymore. It comes from the inside. It lives in me, maybe in you, in other people. So the result is when we are becoming what others need, we focus so much on other people. The sad thing, we most likely forget ourselves and we blame ourselves for things that were never ours to begin with, especially for the people who are absorbing other people's energy as well. And all of this without even recognizing, we're just going into our life, maybe on autopilot. We don't even recognize it. Or some of us do, but we don't know what to do about it. We will just say, "I'm a good girl." Okay, I'm a good girl. That's who I am. Do you need to be a good girl? Or do you need to be you? We have talked about chasing things, validation, confirmation, peace, attention, respect. And for many years, I chased what looked right from the outside: flight attendant, chiropractor, psychologist, doctor, teacher, dental, hygienist, even shop assistant. It took a very long time, a very long time. Do you know why? Because all the noise around me, I could barely hear myself. Actually, I could not hear myself at all. There was actually a teacher a long time ago who saw something in me, but I wasn't ready to hear it then. It was not until I got quiet enough to listen to myself that it finally landed to me. And own voice, me, confirmed to me what she saw in me back then, what I didn't want, and what I actually wanted and needed. My voice, finding me, what was mine, and what was everybody else's expectations, needs, feelings. And those are two very different things. And until you know which is which, you will keep chasing. Now, let's talk about some tools we can do because we know the root cause, we know why we are chasing, we know why we are doing things the way we do now, but we need some tools to actually move forward and see how and perhaps how we can change it for something better. And the first tool to finding you, I need you all to take a pen and a paper. I want you to use pen and paper if you can, or use your phone. But I will say, please use a pen or paper if you can, because it will help so much better. Because when you're writing, you're connecting, you're helping brain with to understand you much more better. And by using the phone, it's more likely that you will be distracted by notifications, Snapchat, Instagram, and so on. So please, if you have a pen and a paper, use that one. If you don't have it, use your phone. I will give you some few moments to get that. So let's start with the question. And the question is, what do I actually need right now? That has nothing to do with anybody, anyone else. No filter, just you. And I want you to write that down. What do you actually need right now? Just you. And if you like, you can write your answer in the chat or not. It's totally up to you. So that's the first tool, knowing what you actually need right now. The second tool is the one I call the pause. So before you react to anything, any situations, I want you to pause. And this one is really difficult because in the heat of the moment, you don't want to pause. You want to argue maybe or hit, but I challenge you to pause. And I want you to do this exercise with me. So take your hand and place that hand on your chest and ask yourself, is this mine? Is this mine? And think about a situation or something that was yours or someone else and ask yourself, is this mine or am I chasing something right now? And close your eyes and breathe with me. Two more. Ask yourself, is this mine? And I know that you cannot always take your hands to your chest or take a pause. Maybe you're sitting in the subway and it's very hard to suddenly raise your hand and do this breathing exercise and take a pause. But the moment you have that opportunity, I urge you to do this because this will help you a lot. When we filter out what is this person, what is mine, then it's so much easier for us to understand this is my feeling, this is my thoughts, this is something I can own. But when we don't know what's hers, his, and mine, up, it will mix each other. And maybe we will feel bad for some things that were not ours to begin with. So by doing this exercise, you will train yourself to filter out what's yours and what is other people. And the third thing, I want you to write down, either on a paper, a book, or a phone. I want you to write one thing that is true about you. That's nothing to do about what you do, what you achieve, or what other people think. Something that is totally true about you. And just write it down. Don't even think about it. What is true for you? Not your mom, not your sister, but for you. I will say, I am someone who feels deeply. That is my truth about me. And that is not a weakness. If you like to share what you wrote, please do. If not, it's totally up to you. So that was three tools we can use that will help us a lot. And when we talk about things we're chasing or things we're running towards to, for me personally, it helps to have something to believe in that is something greater than me, people, this life. So when I stop chasing people's approval, love, I need to put that somewhere. I need to put that trust. And I put that trust in Allah, and you can call it, or you can, maybe something else for you, but for me, it's Allah, God. And I do that because I know that God is something that holds me when people can't. That's for me. But you, whatever you call it, when there is something freeing, something greater, bigger, and you put your worth in that, that is something no human being can take away from you. No one. So, when the good girl, when she comes, and she will come, the inner critic, I will leave that to God, to Allah. And that is not something easy to do because we worry. It's so natural that we do. We worry, if I don't do it, then who's going to do it? But you know what is really funny? When I stopped that and I left it to Allah, maybe I will do it later, maybe in 3 hours. But the world didn't go under, you know? To leave what is mine and to leave what is other is such a big factor to stop chasing. And I want to share this one with you. It's a hadith. In Islam, we call this a hadith. It was narrated by Hazrat Abu Huraira, who narrated that the Prophet ﷺ, may peace be upon him, the Prophet in our Islam, in our deen, it was narrated that he said, may peace be upon him, verily Allah does not look at your shapes or your wealth, but he looks at your heart and your action. So when you stop asking for other people's approval, and we don't ask, we're just doing it on autopilot, and we don't even realize it. But when we know, especially for me, when I put that trust in Allah, and I put that trust, and in Islam we call it tawakkul, and I had that tawakkul, and I know that Allah is looking at my heart and my action, my intention, then all the love and attention and the things I'm chasing, it just disappears a little bit, a bit by bit, because I know that in my heart, if I have Allah that sees my heart and knows why I'm doing it, then nobody can take that away from me. Then I don't put that in people's hands. When I put my love or attention, feelings in people's hands, then the people can take the hand away from me. And the hand is not mine anymore. So I urge you and challenge you to put the thing to something greater. And nobody can take that away from you. And you're allowed to stop running, chasing. And honestly, you were never meant to earn your love, who you are, to others into being enough. Because you are already enough. You are good enough. You are more than enough. And somewhere deep in you, deep inside of you, you already know that you are enough. But sometimes you get distracted by the good girl when she comes. But inside of you, you are enough. It's just the way you are. So I will say to you, stop chasing, but I want you to start finding you. Who are you in the midst of everything? Thank you.
Jazakallah khair, Sister Laila. That was really, really informative for me and really heart touching that we can actually, just for some time, we can just let it go, breathe, and leave it up to Allah to make things easier for us. And I hope, inshallah, everyone will be able to learn something from today, from Sister Laila. Maybe a few
Yeah,
last insightful words for the audience here.
yeah. Thank you, Polo. I will end with some words, and I actually want to answer maybe some question, because those are some questions I used to have. So maybe one of those questions will resonate with you guys too. And the first question I will say that is very human, and is that wanting approval is a human nature. And yes, we are built to wanting it, to feel connected with each other. And the goal is not to kill that wanting approval, is to channel it to the right source. And when we channel that to the right source, it's so much easier for us to put the our value, who we are, tied to ourselves and to a higher power. And I also want to say that it's hard to stop caring about what other people think or feel about us. And I think we should not stop that. We should start listening to ourselves, because it's so human to feel and think about and care about what our sister, our family member, or who else that is important to us think about us. But when we start to listen to ourselves, the other voices will still be there, but they're not the only one. And maybe your voice will be so louder it will mute the other ones. So you can come and find yourself and be yourself. And I talk about this topic because it's very dear to me. It's not something I have figured it out. I'm also learning this, and it's a learning, I think, for the rest of our life to think about this and practice these things, so we don't fall into the trap that we chase things just because it's something we are used to be, or we want approval or attention or whatever it is. It's in our nature, but we have to channel it, because otherwise we will be a victim and we will maybe be sad, frustrated, and it will stop us defining ourselves. So thank you.
Jazakallah khair for that, Sister Laila. I see that there has a question that has come in the chat box. That is, I want to know how we can increase our self-worth. If you have one tip I can implement immediately.
To increase our self-worth, and also I will say self-confidence, is by knowing the first one, the self-worth is who you are through your core, whereas the other one, self-confidence, is what you can do. And those two are it's very easy to mix together. But once you know who you are, and finding who you are by asking yourself what you don't want to be or not do, that's when you are truly increasing your self-worth. And it will strengthen who you are as a person as well. When you're saying, for example, I don't want to be someone who lies, for example, then you will be saying to yourself and doing action that will increase that I am someone who's going to be truthful as much as I can. And that the more you distinguish between the things you don't want, it will help you increase in yourself.
That's actually really lovely to hear that. I believe, this is a topic that really takes everyone's slowly, and this will take like baby steps from everyone to actually implement or actually see the results from ourselves, from our within. So inshallah, I hope that we all will achieve that one day and be really proud and able to just overcome it, inshallah. I see that one more question has come in. I always wait for approval and appreciation, or else I feel I have done something less. This taunts me. How can I don't even know how to ask.
Well, thank you for the question.
Um,
I will say it's very natural. I don't think you should feel bad at all to wanting to feel approval or even appreciation. Maybe you have learned in your childhood that we should wait because when someone else tells you you're doing good or this was very well done, then you are good. But what if you can tell that to yourself regardless? Instead of waiting for other people to praise you or give you appreciation, give it to yourself. For example, instead of cleaning the kitchen, so someone will say, "You did a good job. I love the clean kitchen." We all love a clean kitchen, but you will say to yourself, "I love a good a good kitchen. I like it when it's so clean here," or "I love it when I'm being kind to others. I love that for me." So I will say to you, please start by saying all the things you want other people to say to you. Say it to yourself. Ask yourself. And once you start asking yourself, you will realize, wow, why did I ask and wait for other people's approval? Because other people's approval, attention, feelings, all of that can be taken away. So if that is taken away, what do we have left? Nothing. We always have the things that we place worth in and in ourselves. And also when we put that worth into something greater, our security, for example, into God or something else, whatever you believe in, but something greater than other people, then other approval, appreciation will not matter to you that much. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Laila. That's actually very lovely. Start appreciating yourselves first, and appreciate or approve the things that you have within yourself, like compliment yourselves first. Start within yourself. Then we actually can notice the changes from others and expect it from others too. It all starts from within, but inshallah, soon we all can do that. Okay. Okay, before we end it, I see a lot of people really have thank you messages in the chat box, and I can see that they're really loving it today. So before we end it, I'd like to let you all know about our community, our WhatsApp community. You can scan the QR code on the screen that is shown, and feel free to join our community. We have different groups in there. Also, do follow us on our Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or Twitter. And we'll be posting more updates soon, inshallah, of our next events or any other updates. Okay, before we end it, I see another question that has come in. Sorry, Sister Laila.
No problem. Yeah.
No worries. How to remove yourself from the position of not taking things personally. If a relative criticizes my family, like my parents, siblings, or husband, it feels they're attacking me.
Yeah, this one is it's a very good question, because I think a lot of people can relate to this one. And when somebody attacks you or saying things that hurts you, or feeling uh, in some, no matter, even if they say it and it sounds even nice, but it's really hurtful. And I will say to you, try to listen to it from a filter. Try to have it filter. Imagine someone who says something to you that you are taking in person because you feel like this is attacking me. Why are you attacking me this way? I didn't do anything to deserve this or my family. So ask yourself, run it through a truth filter. Is it true? Or are they saying it because of they are feeling some type of way about some situation that has nothing to do with you or your family, your relatives, nothing. This is about them. Once you run it through a true filter, it's so much easier to not feeling personally attacked by other people. For example, if someone tells you're a bad mother, you'll feel, wow, I'm not a bad mother. You know the truth, you're not a bad mother. But they will say it in a way that makes you doubt yourself. So run it always through a truth filter. I think that will help a lot. Thank you for the question.
Thank you. Hopefully I'm sure that answered the question. I believe everyone do face this issue somewhere or the other in the life of actually it actually gets to them, even if they know that that's not right about themselves. Me myself, I can also pitch in on this with my experience too, that I do also experience sometimes, I feel like even though I know it's not about me, it's not right about me, but it does get to you. Like it does go to you somewhere or the other. It pinches you there. So it will take really baby steps, a while to, overcome this feeling. But thank you for today. Jazakallahu khair, Sister Layla. Okay.
Thank you all.
Before
Thank you
we,
all.
yes, thank you. Before we end it today, I'd like to ask Sister Ayla to send in the link tree of all our links of our social media pages, our email and websites, everything, so that you all can follow them there. Thank you, Sister Ayla. Okay. Jazakallah khair, everyone, for joining us today. I hope, inshallah, that this was an insightful and a very helpful session. And like I said, it will take a while. It will take baby steps from everyone to implement them and have noticed these changes in our lives. Jazakallah khair, everyone, for joining. Thank you. Have a lovely day and a good morning, evening, or afternoon from wherever you're joining. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.